Boys and girls of 4th grade, it is my distinct privilege and honor to introduce you to the first seven presidents of the United States. Hit it, maestro! George Washington, John Adams, Thomas Jefferson, James Madison, James Monroe, John Quincy Adams, Andrew Jackson. Brought to you by Mr. Turco. Hey, that's me as a 4th grader. Early Presidents, Chapter 1. Things that make you go, This is actually a video that makes you go, Well, let's move on. What are some of the most important virtues that you think a leader should have? It is a great question, and you know how to answer it because you've been writing virtue letters all year long. Here's the point. In today's lesson, be on the lookout for virtues George Washington demonstrated as he became the nation's first president. First, you'll learn about all of the leadership roles George Washington had throughout his life. He started out as the commander-in-chief of the Continental Army during the Revolutionary War, and at the end of that war, he did something nobody had ever done before. He voluntarily laid his sword down and retired from public office. In effect, he said, "Warning, warning, warning. I've done my duty, and now, with your permission, I'd like to go home." But he wasn't quite done with public service, because very shortly thereafter, when it was time to amend the Articles of Confederation, in what really turned out to be the Constitutional Convention, a lot of the delegates asked if he would be the chairman or leader of that convention, to which George Washington, in effect, replied, "Warning, warning, warning. I thought my duty was done, but if there's more duty to do, then by golly, I'm going to do that duty as well." And finally, after he had completed his work on the Constitutional Convention, and the Constitution had been adopted or ratified by the states, it was time to choose the nation's first president. And you know already who everyone wanted to choose. And when they came to George Washington and said, "We want you to be our first president," he in effect said, "Warning, warning, warning. I'll be honest with you, folks. I'm about dutied out. But if this is the last duty that I must do, I shall do that duty also." Next, you'll learn about the oath of office that George Washington took, and all presidents since him have taken. Presidents make an oath to preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution. Time to review. You'll want to pause the video and read Chapter 1 now, and then come back and let's see what you've learned. Question: what is another name for a representative? Think. Get ready. If you said delegate, that's correct. What 3 leadership jobs did George Washington have? Well, he was the leader of the army during the Revolutionary War. He was the commander-in-chief, the top general. After the Revolutionary War, he was the leader, or the chairman, of the Constitutional Convention, and then once that was ratified by the states and it was time to choose our first president, he was the first president of the United States. Question: when George Washington made a promise to obey the rules of his job as president, what was he doing? He was doing his duty. We call it taking the oath of office. Oh, the oath of office. Yes, the oath of office.